Okay, hello again, another review, but this time I'm going to do a comparison. I've got the LX70 from Lemax and I've got the GT90 from Lumintop. Now both lights are actually fairly similar, though HID and LED. Now in the comparison I took the big head off. She's I think 220mm in diameter, and that thing does make a difference, it really does. So we'll put that over there. Now, I've run a few tests now with the Candela on pretty much initial turn on. We've gotten 1,445,500 from the Lemax, and then we got 1,739,500 of the GT90, which is incredible output. Now that was on turbo, so 30 seconds in, 1.7 million. And so anyways, so when I run them, the Lemax LX70, and sorry to look down while I'm reading, bear with me. So the LX70 on turn on, 7,500 lumens, and that's a 70 watt system by XE Vision. I think that's how you say it, not sure, very nice. Very nice people, I've dealt with them, great people by the way. So that's who did the internals in the Lemax. So yeah, true to their word, 7,500 lumens. Now, after a minute, we went down to 6,675. 2 minutes, 6,475 lumens, and then she pretty much came down to a base of 6,325 lumens and stayed there. Great bit of gear. Now, with the GT90, she's an 80 watt system, and that is with an initial turn on 6,000 lumens. That's turbo. And then we went down to 5,750 after 1 minute, but then it dropped itself right down after 1.5 minutes and 1,575 lumens, and then after 2 minutes, 1,600 lumens. So she started to creep back up because it dropped itself back down, came back up because of heat, I believe. And then after 5 minutes, we were down to the 1,620 lumens. Now, this light goes for $534 Australian, but whereas the LX, I paid for the big head and the case, the light, a bit over $5,000. I think that's including taxes, by the way, and shipping. So you will get it cheaper, obviously, in America. But the two guys that I dealt with in the States, one guy was from XE Vision, and another guy to get these over. Fantastic to deal with, mind you. And we got them over here, but it's an incredible bit of gear. Like this is serious, but you do pay for it. It's a diving torch, 50 meters. It's a real animal, but you will be paying for it. So, and what do we got here? This is a 16.5 volt battery, and we've got, these are parallel. So you got 4.2 volt, there's 8 batteries in there. You can run on 4 batteries and lower, I think, actually, because it's all in parallel. You can run on 1 if you really want to. But yeah, and that's 4.2 volt fully charged, lithium ion. So, whoops. And so yeah, so 2.2 kilos for the GT90, 2.3 kilos for the LX70. Now, when you do put this onto, so it's got a high and a low, so 50 watt will take you down to 5,400 lumens, and that'll last a lot longer. That depends on what you want to do with it. So with this, you can take this out for the night. It won't overheat, and that's due to having a bulb. They put out a lot more heat, a lot more light, and they don't heat up so bad, whereas LEDs are still on their way to developing a better ratio of light output to heat. But they are getting there. But the luminous LEDs aren't known for efficiency, they are known for outright grunt, especially when you turn them up higher. They're pretty good down low, but when you really do squeeze the lumens out of them, they do lose their efficiency. Now, and sorry to read again from the screen, but yeah, here we are. So with the LX 50 watt, 70 watt, high and low, she's good for, with a small head, 1900 meters on 50 watt, 2250 with the 70 watt. Now the size of it, body length 318 millimeters. So for the Americans, I think it's a bit over 12 inches. And then we've got the head diameter is 117 mil, so it's at 4.5 inches. And body diameter of 66 mil, not quite 3 inches. And so yeah, aluminium, 50 meters depth, real animal. And then we have the GT90. So SBT90 Gen 2 LED, which is an animal. It's a really good thing. A really good thing. Only to be beaten, sorry, by the CFT90, which is basically the same thing with a lot thicker piece of copper underneath it, but can take a lot more power. 80 watt, 23 amp. The throw is 2.7 kilometers. A lot of throw. That's on turbo. That's the initial hit. I don't believe it'll keep that up for very long. Well, 1.5 minutes, as actually I know. And so dimensions, 135 millimeter head, 310 length. So they're actually quite similar in size. We'll show that. The other thing I wanted to say is at the end of this comparison, you try and understand that they're two different animals. So the Lemax is a high-end light. It's for military, scuba diving. It's high-end. It's made for lasting forever, really harsh situations, and it's very expensive. Like, militaries buy these things. Whereas the BLF series was, well, BLF stands for Budget Light Forum. So there's a bunch of guys on a budget light forum that designed an awesome light, and they worked with Lumintop, and they built the GT, and that had a XHP 35HI in it, and it was amazing, and it could outthrow just about anything on the market. I think everything on the market at that stage. And then we went to the GT90, which had the XHP 70.2 in it, a bit throwier, sorry, a bit more flood, plenty of throw, but a lot more lumens. I think that went up around the 7,000 or 8,000 lumen mark. And then we came to the GT90, which had the SBT 90.2 in there, and that thing's, as we know, is an animal. It's great. Plenty of throw, plenty of lumens, just an amazing thing. And then the GT4, which, as we know, this one is the prototype, but it has now been released officially, so the new one, production, is ready to go. So definitely be getting my hands on that shortly. And then, of course, the cult following that it has, people are starting to modify these. So this particular one, as you can see, it's got a spherical lens, spherical lens in the front of this by Optolife, and it started off life as a GT with the XHP 35, and then I had it modified with a CFT90, and then I changed that out for an SBT 90 kit, and then Texas Ace made these adapters, and then I put the lens in the front, and it's an awesome little light. Real straight, narrow beam, no spill, and it's just a great toy to have, really. And so as more GTs come out, I'll be buying them. Maybe one day we'll end up having LEP in a GT. Wouldn't that be something? So don't think I'm saying the Lemax is so much better. It is a totally different light. It is high end, as I said, over 5.5. It was about 5.5 grand Australian to get it here, so well over 5 grand. Whereas, say for example, your GT90 is $530 odd Australian. So totally different ends of the spectrum, but I just thought it would be nice to compare them. for a review or a comparison. But yeah, as I said, the GTs are an amazing light, and each time they release one, I will be buying it. I love them. I think they're fantastic, and well done to all the people that were involved making the GT come to reality. Can't thank you enough. But anyways, thanks very much. Okay, so in front of us there's a couple of dams. I think they're about 90 odd metres away, and down the bottom I think it's about 240, 250 metres. So first up, I'll just go to the GT90 and I'll put him on turbo and see what we can see. As you can see, that lights it up very, very easily. Those trees. Just goes way out. Unfortunately, you can't see that well, but yeah, fantastic beam, 6,000 lumens straight up. You see the cattle down there easily. That's an incredible beam, incredible. I'm very, very happy to own this light. You can see those cattle easily down there and beyond. A beautiful beam profile too. Nice big hot spot. Perfect spill. Very neat. Okay, I'll put that down. Grab the LX70. I'll go straight to high and I'll turn it on. You can see how long it takes to warm up. I'll go through its colours. It's got a real pin sort of beam in the centre and it spills out, but lights a fair bit up. Yeah, I'll put this in maybe 4,500 Kelvin. It's quite yellow. Again, a great light. You can see a lot with it, like a lot of spill but a lot of throw too. Really lights everything up. Be good in a search and rescue situation, definitely. Again, you can see those cattle, or maybe you can't on the phone, but I can definitely see them easily from here. I think you can see a lot more when the colour is a warm colour, like your 4,000 up to maybe around the 5,000 mark. Very nice. Good evening. I've got the LX70, GT90. Do a comparison between the two beams. So you can see the beam profiles there. The GT90 is just like a massive laser, and so I'll keep them together for comparison reasons. But, I think it's like only 80 metres to the hill, but to the mountain. There is one kangaroo sitting there. I don't know if you can see him. I'll put both lights on him. There's one roo. The rest of them are behind us. There's another roo. There you go for the shooters. It's easy enough to find roos. There's one. But yeah, so but no, both very nice lights. The fog's starting to roll in now, so won't be able to see too much. But yeah, so anyways, I'll turn one off and just show you. That's the LX, and being more of an orangey yellow, lowering the Kelvins like 4000 say, you seem to see a bit more, I think, whereas you still see a lot with cool white, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I do prefer the yellow. But yeah, anyway, hopefully you may have gotten something out of this video, and talk to you next week. I'll make another review. Yeah, the fog's starting to roll in now. See? He's finally decided to move. Alright. Talk next week.